sweet. Leave the kids at home. Leave the kids at home.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah, looking good.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? We got our new intro that we got this week. You know, that will be a work in progress. I think we may do a few more tweaks to that. But new intro, got some new graphics. We're trying to do things a little different, you know. Say, hey, we got some new things and some old things. Speaking of old things, I got my man Rick Charger Mopar. Actually, I don't have him. I just have the top of his head. That's all. hey, that's all he would. That's all he would bring us this week.
Oh, what's going on with this thing?
Yeah, he said, you can't see. Yeah, you can see my forehead. We'd like to welcome Rick's forehead to the show.
I hate having old equipment. It's ridiculous. Look at this.
Oh, that's all right, man.
Listen, we go.
Nobody cares about that stuff, man. People are here to see you, brother. You are the man. We are here on the Keto Cookout.
They saw me. They're running for the exits. I'm telling you.
The enemy of waterfowl and reptiles everywhere.
And don't forget about landfowl.
Yeah, he is here. We got YouTube user. Hi, Rick. This person wants to remain anonymous, and I cannot blame them.
This Rick's famous heart attack chicken.
Yeah, hide your kids, hide your wife. You know, and if you got a duck or a goose, hide that too. The man is here with me. We are going to do our thing tonight. What's going on, Dave? Good to see you, brother.
Yes.
Upstate New York in the house. Shipicus Arvid Ulf Joseph Sangershausen. I wonder if he's any relation to John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. You know, his name is my name too. And whenever we go out, the people always shout, "There goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt." There you go, Nancy. How you doing, Nancy? Let some folks come on into the room. Here, the Keto Cookout. How's your week been, man, since the last show, brother? How you been?
Oh, you know the usual. Just trying to work, trying to get things done. I had a bunch of repairs I had to do for different people. And then today I was mostly home helping a friend of mine try to do his taxes. Plus all the stuff I was doing around the house. Almost got flattened by a banana tree. But hey, what else is new over here in Duckyville?
Yeah, I was going to say, anything in nature that tries to get you, it's a setup, man. I'm just telling you. The ducks and the iguanas, they're trying to get you, man, down there. They're setting up shot against you. So
I mean, look at what I have to deal with. All these bananas.
Yeah. It's like the Roadrunner and the Wile E. Coyote, man.
Yeah. I just got to watch out for those Acme anvils.
Yeah. Listen, if you walk up on an iguana and it's ticking, run.
Hey, I've had an iguana try to get me with a coconut, so you know I'm used to it.
Yeah, William, welcome from Ambridge, PA.
You know, we got a nice little crowd. It looks like that's pretty good.
Absolutely, man. It's all you, brother. They're here to see you. They're here to see you and the Funk and Wagnall encyclopedias. And they want to see the Star Search microphone and the rotary phone, man. Listen, you come ready.
Well, I am a total quack.
Yes, indeed. Well, my week is getting better. I've had a lot of personal stuff going on, some relatives and stuff, and sick, and some good news there. My Pop Redden, who fell almost a month ago and injured himself here in Jacksonville from North Carolina, was down visiting. Looks like he's going to be able to be transported back to North Carolina tomorrow. So that's good. He's strong enough for that.
That's good.
Yeah, glad to hear that. But my other folks, Yeah, still having some problems, man. And listen, being related to me right now, yeah, you're catching an L. You know, you don't be related to me right now, man. Nothing but pain, misery, gloom, despair, and agony. Oh me, give that deep dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, agony. Oh me. I just gave you a hee haw,
Yeah,
1973, people.
I was
I
gonna
just gave
say.
you hee haw.
Now you got to get what is it, Buck Owens and
Yeah, man.
what was the other one? I forget.
Hey,
Buck
listen, I
Owens.
don't know.
It's been a long time. I was a kid when
Yeah,
they used to have hee haw.
yeah, man. Listen, I was in the country, and you know, we I may or may not have seen a couple hundred episodes of Hee-Haw. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, there's my big sister Debbie. I love my sister Debbie. She is the best. You've seen her on my channel before.
Yes, I have.
She she was on the side of the mountain with me in Kentucky, and good to see her. She's in California. I miss her. She was here visiting. Our dad was the one that fell and injured himself. So, she was here mothering me for for about a week. I
I
was
think
loving her death. She's the best.
I think whenever people come to Miami, they don't contact me because they're afraid of me. That's like Sean Baker's in Miami right now, but I can't get in contact with him. I think he's afraid of me too. You know, I,
They shouldn't be afraid of you, Rick.
I don't know. It's like the Munsters or the Adams family. They probably think do 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 do
Yeah.
do.
Either that,
rang.
or, listen, either that or the iguanas and the ducks. They don't want nobody wants them to turn to have those kind of enemies in Miami. It's like, you can't be seen with you out in public with every duck and every you got enemies, man. They just tried to kill you today with a banana tree.
That's right. And don't forget, I have vegan friends, so that's even worse.
Yeah, I got vegan family.
I'm
Bob
a
is here. Good to see you, brother. Semi-retired Bob.
Oh,
Shout out
Bob.
to you,
Is
man.
he there?
That's our guy. That's our
okay.
guy, Buckeye brother.
Mhm.
Oh, and I can find my sound effects here. Somebody cooking or something.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in Miami. He's some guy with a cooking channel. I've tried to contact him, but and since I've been on YouTube was it 2007, I have yet to meet one YouTuber in person. So I'm wondering who's going to be the first one. But I'm telling you, they're all avoiding me. They're just like iguanas. Every time an iguana sees me, it goes running. I was riding my bike over to Presidente today to pick up some chicken for Heart Attack Chicken. Every iguana by the canal jumps right in the water. Boom, boom, boom. It's unbelievable. I can't get within 50 feet of them things, and they get away from me.
You never met a live YouTuber. Well, there's a song I think Sting sang it. Said, "I hate to say it, but it's probably me." That's
Oh,
got somebody at the door. Look who he is.
oh, it's Bob.
Hey guys, how we doing tonight?
Good.
We are doing great, man. That is my Buckeye brother in the flesh. My man Bob, haven't seen you for a while. What is new and going on with you, brother?
Not a whole lot. Just waiting for the weather to straighten up. It's been not terrible. It's been, high 50s, low 60s, but it's coming. It's supposed to be 80 degrees starting Saturday.
Oh, nice. Florida weather.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Today's the 9th, so I am on my 9th day of zero coffee. Which has been kind of rough.
You decided to just go all the way out. You didn't go iced coffee or anything like that. That's what I'm doing now.
Iced coffee, yeah. Whoever thought of putting ice in coffee? They're insane.
Here we go with the judgment. Here we go with the judgmental. The judgment.
That's right.
I like iced coffee. I drink it every day. I brew it up, put some ice in it, and some cream, and a little dash of stevia. And it's a wonderful, beautiful, refreshing drink in the morning. and there's so much water and cream in it that there's not possibly enough coffee in it to do me any damage.
Yeah, no, I had done 2 previous 30-day coffee challenges, but
Yeah.
that was back during my first year of carnivore. And as you know, 1 month from yesterday, no, 1 month from today will be my 2-year carniversary. And both of the 30 days no coffee experiments were back in my first year. And because I continued to get healthier every day, I thought, well, let's just go ahead, because both of those I didn't see any difference in. So I thought, let's just go ahead and try a 60-day no coffee here at the 2-year mark just to see. I don't think coffee really affects me too much, but it's worth the experiment, nothing else, so I can pass that along to you to let you know that it's okay to continue drinking your stuff. Or, if I end up at the end of 60 days feeling even better, maybe might not go back to drinking coffee.
Yeah, it's like I can really take it or leave it. When I go on vacation and stuff like that, I don't drink it. Anytime I'm out, I don't drink it. It's something I just kind of do at home. It's kind of a routine. And I'd probably say I do it 5 days a week. Don't do it every day. It's usually a day or two that I don't. But yeah. And I used to do 2 cups. Now I pretty much just do 1. So I should say 2. I have a big Yeti. It's like a 35, 40 ounce. I used to do 2 of those a day. Now I just do 1 in the morning. So
yeah, and you should be excited, Russ, because we've got that thing in the background there, Ohio Stadium. They're nationally televising the Ohio State spring game this year.
Wow.
It's going to be on Fox instead of Big Ten now. So you will get the Ohio State spring game this Saturday on Fox.
Yeah, I will. I've got my TV set to do anything Buckeye related. It pretty much records it. I got YouTube TV, so I'll look for that. And we got the number 1. We're going to talk a little Buckeye football for all those haters out there. But I was talking to a friend yesterday. I said we got the number 1 recruiting class, the number 1 transfer portal class. What could possibly go wrong?
Everything.
That's exactly right. It's just now the pressure is so heavy on them now that it's
the pressure on our head coach.
Yeah.
He has everything stacked up to his advantage. The only thing is, with the expansion of the league, we play Oregon this year during the regular season.
I have
Oregon's projected to be a top 5 team as well. They're supposed to be very good.
I don't care.
All of the so-called experts are still predicting Ohio State to win the Big Ten, but this is that Ryan Day either breaks through and wins the Big Ten, or will be seeking a new head coach next year, because as you said, we've got the number 1 recruiting class, the number 1 transfer class, and we have, I believe it's between both sides of the ball, like 23 returning starters.
Yeah. So it's kind of lining up for him. You got Nick Saban out of the way. You got Michigan's out of the way. Certainly 2 of the biggest hurdles, but you still got the balance of power down south there. Georgia and the SEC will be good. Florida football is in the toilet right now. Florida State last year was, I don't care what anybody said, they didn't belong in there, and they're not very good. The ACC is pretty much garbage. The Hurricanes haven't been good since Willis McGahee played there. The Gators, aren't any good. So it seems like things are lining up well for him.
Now, my take on the Florida Gators is that they are currently experiencing the same problem that Nebraska experienced 15 years ago, and they're still sort of experiencing it now. I think they finally got their coach in Matt Rule, but Florida, because they had so many great teams in a row, and expected greatness in an expanding college football world that everybody was getting tougher and harder to beat. You know, in the old days, Nebraska, they'd win every game except the Oklahoma game, and that was their one-game season. And Florida was like that for quite some time. But now that everybody is good, they didn't give their coaches time to get their systems in place. You know, if they didn't win a championship in their first 2 years, they got fired. And just like Nebraska, Florida has now become no longer a destination for coaches, but a stepping stone job, because they fire coaches way too often. You know, back when Bo Pelini, I don't know if you remember him or not, he was Kirk Street's roommate at Ohio State.
Yeah, interesting.
And he was originally offered the defensive job at Nebraska, and he had a couple of other job offers on the table. And he asked Kirk Herbstreit, "What job do you think I should take?" And Kirk Herbstreit said, "Oh, go to Nebraska. They never fire coaches." And that year they started firing coaches and have been on a coach firing spree ever since. And Rick is crunching into some chicken bones there. Rick is a carnivore attraction, DS111. You are absolutely right. He is a carnivore attraction. And I went to look for your email today, Rick, and could not find it. So if you can shoot me off an email. Yeah, I know we've traded several emails back and forth, but something has happened in my email and you're not showing up. So send me an email, because I want us to get together.
Yeah, it's bobcatforhome@gmail, so I'll send it to you.
We're here together now.
Yeah.
But he wants you all to himself, Rick.
Well, no, it's one of the reasons why I jumped on here, because I saw you two guys together. You two are two of my favorite people to talk to.
Well,
that's good.
You know the feeling's mutual. You're definitely one of my favorite folks out here, my Buckeye brother. But we'll see, man. I'm not a rabid, one of those fans, rose-colored glasses. I will size this team up as I watch them play, and I promise you, I got both feet on the ground. And if they're good, I would say they're good. If they're not so good, I'm going to say they're not so good. I'm not one of these folks that's just going to, I never say we can't win. I always say I don't know how we're going to win.
Yeah, and the only other thing I will say on that topic is I heard one of the most ridiculous things in the history of commentators a couple of days ago. Somebody that had visited Ohio State's practice made the comment that I don't remember what the kid's name was, but this kid is going to be better than Marvin Harrison. And I'm like, Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, no, come on. Marvin Harrison Jr. is a generational talent. He's got the skill set of his dad in an extra 6-inch, 50-pound frame.
Yeah.
I
agree. Special players, special talent. It's a big jump from high school to college. You can't, you can say the guy has more athletic ability in some areas, maybe, or something of this, but to say, because you got to put it all together. Just because you can run fast and jump high, there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
You have the pressures of college. You have, so many other things going on there.
Now that's a good look for you, Rick. You should wear that the next time you talk to Dave when he's in his Bell Shine wig.
I'm Chiquita Banana, and I'm here to say banana has to ripen in a certain way.
I think you and I talking football is driving Rick a little crazy here. So why don't we get back to something carnivore?
Yes.
I'm going bananas.
Yeah, he'd rather be in the back making duck bill stew or something like that. It's like, this guy. Hey, listen, it looks like you're trying to hide something from us, there, Rick. Man,
You want
wanna
some
let
bananas?
Not from you.
They're organic and they're 100% natural. No glyphosate, no pesticides, nothing. They're
Listen, man.
fertilized with only the finest duck poop.
Yeah.
If I
gonna
still ate bananas, I'd have you crate some of those green ones up and send them to me. But
There you go.
I don't eat that stuff anymore.
Nah, I don't either. But
Yeah,
you know,
say Susan.
I've tried to eat bananas and it doesn't agree with me.
Yeah, a lot of carbohydrates there. But plantains are like a cousin that you will fry up in some lard.
Oh yeah, but see the thing is I can even do it with regular bananas. For some reason if I eat ripe bananas, it has a really weird effect on me. I mean, first of all, they don't taste good. So I have to eat them when they're just turning ripe. But then what happens about maybe half an hour after I eat them, I get like a stomach ache. And then I start sweating a lot. I mean, it's like somebody turned up the heat. And then maybe an hour later, I just feel like, ugh, it's just tired. And then I usually fall asleep, have daydreams or whatever. And then after that, it goes back to normal. So bananas do not agree with me.
Yeah, I don't like any fruit other than olives or tomatoes. I have no use for any of it. That was the easiest thing for me to give up when I started the keto life. It was easy. Fruit was not a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. I guess we have a semi question. Do iguanas have a lot of fat? I imagine not. We will go to our expert iguana assassin, and that is Mr. Charger Ropar.
Well, I've done some experiments. There is fat in iguana. It's generally in the tail, not in the legs. The legs are extremely lean. But the fat in a reptile is not like in a mammal. You have like fat deposits. The fat is mixed in with the meat. So it all depends on what the iguana was eating and how it was living. If it's one of those iguanas by the canal that runs around a lot, there's not much fat. But if it's over there, where the fruit trees are, and it's just eating fruit and being lazy, then you can definitely see the fat. And when you fry it up, it tastes more, has a more, I don't know how to describe it, more of a buttery taste. But when they're by the canal, they have a more fishy taste because the fat is less.
There you have it, Jeff. We have the iguana master here in the building.
The iguana master assassin has spoken.
Yes. Yes. Welcome to Wild Kingdom. Yeah. I know an African woman who eats the bones from the chicken she eats. She's from Africa, Botswana, and now lives here with her white American hubby, my friend. Well, I don't know what to say about that other than maybe that's something customary there. I don't know. We don't eat a lot of chicken bones here. Now we might gnaw on them like a lunatic on the internet. Now that I know people to do that. But to eat them, yeah.
I like chewy foods, I like to chew on steak. That's why I like those top rounds because they're tough and I can chew away on that. I don't like a super tender steak. That's not my favorite. I mean, they taste good, but those ribeyes and filet mignon, that's a little too tender for me. I like something that gives your jaw a little exercise. They're chomping away on that thing, tearing it off. Everybody's freaking out because they're eating with a caveman. They all go with their knife and fork and they cut little pieces, or, like all the carnivores, they have their little cutting board and they cut the little pieces of steak and they pick it up with a fork. Then you just throw the steak on the plate. I grab it, chomping on it. And that's how I eat my steak.
I got a couple of old tires in the back I can send down to you, man, if you want to throw them in the smoker.
I got plenty of old Bobcat tires here.
You have the time of your life down there. Speaking of time of your life, it's Nurse Kim, my ride or die. What's going on, sis? Good to see you.
Nurse Kim.
Good to see you. So, yeah, man. I think I'm going to speak for Bob when I say that we don't need any jaw workouts when we eat our steak. I'm going to just speak up for my man down there. Yeah. He's nodding a silent approval.
Yeah. I don't mind tough cuts of meat, but I prefer them tender.
Yeah, you don't mind tough cuts of meat because they're cheaper, but he will tenderize them.
I tenderize them in my mouth when I chew them up.
No, I don't actually tenderize them. I'm a terrible cook. Haven't you ever watched any of my cooking videos? I'm a terrible cook.
Yeah, you ain't worse than me.
my mainstay for roasts and anything that looks like it might come out tough, I just wrap it in tin foil and throw it in the oven for about 6 hours on medium. And
Yeah. That's called slow cooking, Bob. It's a tenderizing technique. You're just bound to make a liar out of me, aren't you?
But about half the time they still come out pretty tough, and other times I can hardly get them off of the tray, the cooking tray, onto my cutting board because they just kind of fall apart, which is good too.
Mm-hmm.
I like it when they fall apart, but many times they don't because I'm a terrible cook.
Hey, I can cook on the engine. That's the only time I use foil.
Yes.
But I got 2 perfect fried eggs today because Amazon came through for me and bought a new pan.
A pan? Oh, you got a cast iron pan.
A skillet. No, I threw my cast iron away.
What?
Yeah, I took your advice. I took Carnivore Kip's advice. I'd taken everybody's advice.
Oh.
Can't cook an egg without it sticking to it. So
you got to be kidding me. Carnivore Kip is a master of cast iron.
I know he is.
Advice, look at me. I'm a complete idiot, and I've never had anything stick to any of my cast iron because you know what Rick's method is? If you think you have enough fat, double it. That food's got to be swimming in fat.
Yeah, I was going to say nothing. I was just about to say nothing sticks to the bottom of your pan because nothing touches the bottom of your pan.
Have you ever seen the way I cook chicken in my pot?
Yeah.
But I bought a new skillet and it's fantastic.
Yes, I have a huge, like a 16-inch electric skillet. Man, I can scramble 24 eggs in that thing. I can make 3 or 4 steaks at a time in there. It is the best. I only cook 2 days a week.
And I did the experiment after I did the fried egg test. I went ahead and scrambled another 8 eggs for my food today. And the whole purpose I went with this particular skillet because it's extremely non-stick. It's not Teflon. It's those blue diamond things.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be really good. But the whole purpose is when I go off grid down in Texas, water will be at a minimum. So I can't have, like, the thing that replaced my cast iron was a steel. I just bought a straight steel skillet. But every time I cook something in it, I have to put water in it and scrub it to get it clean. And I'm not going to have that much spare water down in Texas. Tonight, after I got done scrambling all my eggs, I just took a paper towel and wiped the skillet out, and it looks like it just came out of the box.
Yeah.
So cleanup is going. That's the whole point of it, because eggs, more than half the food I eat is eggs. I need something that I can cook eggs in, and you can hide your face as much as you want, Rick. But I just don't have the talent to do cast iron. I tried. I scraped it down and re-seasoned it exactly the way Kip told me to do it. I put a whole bunch of bacon grease in the thing, and my eggs still stuck.
Okay, listen, Bob, let me explain something to you. You have absolutely, positively no reason ever to apologize to Rick for anything. Okay, listen, the man scrapes the cheese out of iguana toenails. Okay, don't okay, don't listen to him. You don't have anything to prove to him. You're doing just fine. Okay, don't listen to that guy, man. Cast iron. Yeah, this guy drinks water off of his roof. Don't listen to this guy, man.
That's true.
I know it's true.
I do drink rainwater.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
I really wanted to get a hex clad, but for the same size skillet, I paid like $30 for this one, and the hex clad is like $230. And I'm not paying $230 for one skillet.
I used to cook out of a hubcap.
I will cook on a hubcap over the fire if I have
I've done
to
that many
before I
times.
spend $200 on a skillet.
I've cooked on a
Yeah.
hubcap more than once.
I got you. We have another. Hey, welcome to the Iguana Forum. I'm your host, Homesick Buckeye, where we talk all things iguanas, dead or alive. We have a question from Tall Cedars for our in-house iguana master. Can you make iguana soup with the bones and tail?
Absolutely. Rick's iguana stew, iguana soup, it's all the same thing. It's just water, maybe a little salt, some iguana. And if you're one of those people that's, keto and not carnivore, you can add your favorite veggies in there too. You can put onions in there, you can put garlic, whatever you like, and just let it cook. The beauty of iguana is when you cook it in water, you can cook it slowly and it's going to taste good as long as you don't overcook it. You don't want to crank up the heat too much. The worst thing you could ever do is try to grill your iguana because you'll destroy it. It'll be like chewing on a belt. You might as well just take the belt off your pants and start chewing on it because that's what your iguana's going to taste like.
Hold on just a minute. I thought that's exactly what you wanted. Did you the jaw? You don't want to work out by iguana for your jaw. You only want a beef workout. Is that what you're trying to do?
Well, reptile meat is a delicacy. You don't want to overdo it. Why ruin it? You have to go through all that work to chase it down and shoot it and then try to catch it before it goes in the canal. It's not easy. You might as well just do it right. I've never had a bad iguana, except when a friend of mine tried to cook one and he screwed it all up. It wasn't even edible. I was chewing on. I'm like, what are you making? A handbag? This ain't no iguana for eating. This is maybe for shoes or something, but not for eating.
So you said the last time, because contrary to, I don't know why, but I do listen to you. You said at one point that it can either be like chicken or fish, depending on its diet.
Yes.
Now, chicken and fish have different, temperatures that you cook them to. Is that the same concept, or is there just there's no, if it's like chicken or fish, I'm guessing there's no rare, medium rare, any of that kind of stuff. It's just done or not done.
Yeah, reptiles often carry parasites and salmonella and all them other nasty things. So you don't want to eat a rare iguana. You better off having it. I mean, you can boil it, you can fry it, but I'll tell you one thing: don't ever try to bake it, because if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to end up with a disaster. Something that smells nasty and you don't even want to put in your mouth. It'd be like trying to chew on an old shoe. That's how bad it is. In fact, I knew somebody was cooking a python. He messed it up. He wanted me to try it, and I spit it out. I thought, that's the nastiest. What is that? That's a python. That tastes terrible, because they tried to grill it and they put it in the smoker, and it was bad. It was real bad. So if you're going to cook iguana or any reptile, even if you're going to fry it, it's usually a good idea to, like, what they call parboil it, or just boil it a little bit, and that makes the meat expand. Because reptile meat, the skin is really tightly attached to the meat. But when you heat it up, it expands because the moisture, it expands, and then you can peel it off. And then you can go ahead and you can fry it or marinate it or whatever. It tastes really good. You could technically do it if the iguana is fresh enough, but it's always good. I found boiling it first, it makes a big difference.
Well, there you have it, folks. If you've ever thought about it, if you've ever seen an iguana and thought to yourself, I'd love to eat that thing, but I don't know how to cook it. Folks, we have the answers today here on the Keto Cookout. You won't find this anywhere else, and the entire world is thankful for that. But here tonight, we are telling you all about iguana, and we have the master, the expert here. I don't know there's anyone alive that's eaten more iguanas than our man Rick. My man Bruce says if the egg sticks to the cast iron, it's not seasoned well enough.
And I thought that myself. And I've heard that comment many times, but I followed carnivore Kip's instructions to the letter, and my eggs still stuck. Even after, and it said swimming in butter, I used a whole half stick of butter, and my eggs still stuck.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard. I say if your eggs stick to the bottom of the skillet, get another skillet.
And I did.
Yes. But I'm not against cast iron. I think it's great for some
No,
things.
I like cast iron. I wish it would work better for me, and it
Yeah.
may be that because I buy cheap stuff. I'm an old retired guy on a fixed income,
I got mine
and
from
it
the
may have just
trash.
been cheap cast iron.
There's no such
But
thing as cheap cast iron.
yeah, well, I did everything I was told by
Yeah.
him, by Carnivore Kip, and there's even a guy that can't remember the name of his channel, but he basically is the chef. He's a chuck wagon cook.
Hmm.
They've got a couple of 100,000 followers. It's a big channel, and I sent him an email off, and he basically said the same thing that Carnivore Kip told me, that Rick told me, and other people have told me, and I just can't make it work. So
Yeah. Shouldn't be that hard. I don't. I got a new toy. I use the big 16-inch electric skillet for so much, and then I have a pressure cooker, slow cooker, smart lid Ninja product with air fryer, which I love. If I had to have one thing, that would be it, because it slow cooks, it pressure cooks, it air fries, it bakes, and it does everything. You can sear with, you can do everything with it. And then I got a new toy though, and I'm gonna try to make a video with that. I got the new Ninja indoor grill, which I really like a lot. I grilled some steaks; they were really good. I had a Hamilton Beach indoor grill that I did make some steaks with in a video, and I did like it. But this Ninja is bigger, much easier to clean, and it gets hotter. And it also has a griddle, like the grill or the griddle part comes out. It's just got one piece you could swap. So I actually now have a grill as well as a griddle if I want to, grill that way. So I'm very happy with it. I made some steaks the other day. They turned out fantastic. No smoke, no smoke flavor, of course. But if you're making them inside, I don't have that much of that anyway.
yeah, but I like all of the kitchen toys, but I'm not buying any of that stuff because when I get down to Texas, I'm going to have a very minimal electrical system to start with. So my primary cooking is going to be, I'll do roasts and steaks on an actual charcoal grill. And then I have a camp stove that runs on propane that I'll throw my new skillet on and put my eggs in it. And the reason I like it that I bought is it's a non-toxic ceramic coated skillet. And I tested it tonight. I just wiped it out with a towel when I was done, and it looks like it just came out of the box. So that's what I need for when I get down to Texas.
You don't want to know what I use for cooking.
I've seen some of your cooking videos.
I use gas, but do you know where I get the gas from?
I'm guessing it's probably recycled cooking oil.
No, it's actually plant material and poop.
Mm-hmm.
All my friends bring their dog poop, cat poop. I put grass clippings in there, rotten fruit and everything. I make biogas. So my stove, the old 1959 stove, runs on biogas because I was too cheap to pay the gas company. So I start making my own gas.
Yeah, I used to use produce a lot of biogas myself, but since I started eating this way, no more.
My vegan friends produce a lot of biogas.
Yeah, I kind of miss farting. I can't lie. There's something about clearing out a room that I just kind of have fond memories of.
I was just talking to a friend of mine that's up in Ocala, and he says, and then I hear, I said, "Oh, I made a big fart," and the horses woke up. Like, yeah. And then he says, "Oh, Rick, you're no fun. You never fart." I said, "No, I've never been good at farting. I can't make that gas like they do." So I'm like, yeah, when I went on the plant-based diet, I could clear an elevator, and I had that silent but deadly. That was the worst. I got in my parents' car, and they're like, "What is that horrible smell?" I mean, it was like rotten water and duck poop and everything mixed together. It was terrible.
Silent but deadly. That's what the ducks call you. That's their secret term for you. Watch out for that guy. He's silent but deadly. My girl Kim says, "Have you tried ceramic green pans, Bob?" That is a negative, Ghost Rider.
Yeah, no, the ceramic pan that I just replaced because it had been sitting in my cupboard for probably a decade, but I got it back out when I got rid of the cast iron, and it was one of those cheap $10 ones from Amazon that was kind of a blue color on the outside and white ceramic on the inside, and it worked really well. But the last couple of times I cooked eggs, everything stuck to it. So, and I looked at it and it had a bunch of micro scratches on it. So it was time for a new ceramic pan. And rather than going with the one that wore out after just 10 years, I got one of these. I've watched a lot of videos, and this one seems to be doing okay so far. Like I said, it just came. Yeah. I washed it and then cooked on it today. It's doing okay because, like I said, I want something simple and non-stick that I can use a little bit of butter in to cook my eggs. Because when I go off grid down in Texas, I'm going to be 16 miles from the nearest town, and it's going to be dirt, bumpy road the whole way. So it's probably going to be an hour and a half to 2 hour trip into town and back. I have a 53 quart freezer, and I believe it's just a 14 liter refrigerator. And that's just going to be for eggs and butter. So I don't want to waste any eggs, and I don't want to waste any butter. And I certainly don't want to have an extra gallon or two of water every day just to clean pots and pans with. Yeah. So,
yeah, well, it sounds like our girl One Hope for All here has a PhD in food preparation technology. She is rebuking all of these pots and pans. They are toxic. Sounds like she is well informed about that.
I think I can answer William's question here. I think he uses a crossbow, don't you?
That's right. If you shoot them with the air rifle, they usually run for the canal, and then you can't get them. But if you get them with a crossbow, you can stick them right into the ground, and then they can't go anywhere.
Yes, he prefers to catch them and kill them with his bare hands. But unfortunately, since he fell off his bicycle and hurt himself, he's got a little hitch in his giddy up, so he can't.
That's right. He goes out with a spear in each hand, and when he has two iguanas on his spears, as he's walking home, he's gnawing on one raw, and he's going to cook the other one, holding the other one up trophy while he gnaws on the first one.
There you have it.
I've had people look at me. I had a bicycle basket with like 5 iguanas in it, and they were all turning around to see me ride by. So I don't know. I guess they've never seen an iguana before.
These skillets are great at Walmart. Tasty, clean, ceramic, non-stick, aluminum fry pan, red, assorted sizes. 5 stars from Susan. Well, they're the right color. We like a little bit of red in our lives.
Yeah.
No, who needs
and the
it?
Same company that I bought this one from, I wanted to try because they also make a 14-inch skillet, which is what I really want for when I get down to Texas. Because if I happen to be out of charcoal for cooking outside, a 12-inch pan, I can only get 5 burger patties into it. So I have to cook the 5 up and then cook a couple of more. But a 14-inch pan, I think I can arrange them just right and get 6 or 7 into that pan. And then if I do eggs after that, that should be enough. I won't have to cook multiple rounds of hamburgers.
6 or 7? That's huge.
But I wanted to try the 12-inch because the difference in cost between the 12-inch, the 14-inch is such a rare bird. The 12-inch skillet was only about $30, but the 14-inch skillet was $45. So I wanted to try the 12-inch out first before I buy the 45. I will probably only take one of them with me to Texas.
I don't think my skillet was that. I don't remember how much it was, but I don't think it was that much. It's not round. Mine is rectangle and
Oh
skinny
yeah.
lid and all that kind of stuff. And I can fry 6 hamburger patties in there, easy peasy.
And you guys must be
Three.
making huge burgers. Heart Attack
Yeah,
Burger only has
I
4
only
patties.
I only cook 2 days a week, so I make enough
What?
to. Yeah,
Really?
I listen. We've talked about this before. I know you were probably out looking for a goose to kill. But I don't blame you. And I don't blame you. You gotta eat. But I don't like the entire kitchen area. The only reason I go in there is because the food is in there. I don't want
Same
to.
with me.
Yeah, I don't like it. So I cook twice a week, and I make enough
Wow.
to last for 3 or 4 days. And I have glass dishes. I portion things out, and so I'll cook Thursday generally, and then I'll cook again like on Monday.
Huh.
And I
I
make I boil I'll scramble maybe 18, 24 eggs.
wow.
I'll make 4 or 5 steaks. I might
Mm.
make 6 or 8 hamburger patties. I make a salmon salad or something like that. And I've been doing my chaffle game has stepped up now. I've been doing the chaffles. That's been pretty awesome here lately. I'm enjoying
I
that. And
I cook at every
yeah,
meal.
not I. No.
Huh.
I
No.
cook every day, but when I get down to Texas again, I'm going to be doing more like Russ because I'm not going to fire up a whole charcoal grill just for
Yeah.
one meal. While the charcoal's burning, I'll cook enough to last 3 or 4 days, so I don't have to run the charcoal grill every day, and that'll conserve on charcoal too.
Yeah, like when I make my ground beef, I usually make at least 3 or 4 pounds at a time, sometimes 5, and I'll eat it over a few days.
Wow.
So yeah,
Interesting.
I don't want to go. And same with my chaffles. When I do my chaffles, I make them a dozen at a time.
But
I'm
you
not going to be
still
in there
but you
every
still
day.
gotta heat you still gotta use energy to heat them up again.
Yeah, I heat stuff up, but I don't have to sit in there and cook and clean up everything and just I'm getting indigestion. Kim says,
I'm just going to eat them. I'm just going to eat them cold.
I've done
No,
that too. I've eaten cold ground beef like when I'm working. But you know what is really step up your game is if you have a portable grill. You get one of those little propane grills you can keep in your car or truck, and you can fire it up whenever you want to eat something.
Yeah, I have those.
I have a
They're
little. I have a
designed for camping.
Right.
Mine's designed for camping. It runs on both propane or the butane cans. It'll
you
run
go.
on either of them. I'm
that's
going to
mhm.
go ahead, Rick.
That's the handiest thing. Instead of having to stop at McDiarrhea or Mrs. Wendy's or any of them nasty places that overcharge you, you could just stop at your local grocery store, load up your cooler, and whenever you want, you feel like you got to eat, you just stop somewhere and fire up that grill, and in 15 to 20 minutes, you're ready to eat. By the time you wait in line for all the fat, ugly people to go through the drive-through,
Hey, easy
no,
on the fat ugly people.
I ain't talking about you, Russ. I'm talking about fat, ugly people, not fat,
Well,
good-looking people with a good
oh,
voice.
well, in that case, that's it.
Being fat
Right.
doesn't make you ugly. This is what I try to tell people. Fat and ugly are two different things. You could be skinny and ugly. You could be ugly and be in good shape. It don't matter. But what I'm saying is that
That's me.
this the problem is when you go to these fast food places, everybody that goes there, to me they're ugly because they seem to be like they have a bad attitude. No one's ever happy to be there. I've never seen anybody in one of these like Chick-fil-A or McDiarrhea or whatever in a really happy mood. Like when I find an iguana and I'm riding home on my bike, I'm smiling and I'm thinking about how tasty it's going to be. And these people are in line and then they got the thing to take the order. What? And back and forth. And then, I mean, it's like, and you see all the time these videos of people losing their temper in the drive-through. And they're all breathing hard. They're like, they sound like a duck in heat. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, I can tell you honestly, my friend, I've never been in a bad mood at McDonald's. That has never happened to me. Kim says, when are you going to Texas, Bob?
This fall. I'm staying here in Omaha through the miniature golf season. And then by the time miniature golf season closes, I will have gotten all my work done here around the house here. I will have everything loaded and ready to go. And the day the miniature golf closes, the very next day I'll be driving south because I got a lot of stuff to do before I can even start doing stuff. I mean, I got to go to the post office and the county courthouse and get an address assigned to the property. I got GPS coordinates. Well, you can't. I know I'm going to have a mailbox in town at the post office, but when I have Lowe's deliver or Home Depot or whoever, when I have them deliver piles of lumber to start building stuff, you can't give them GPS coordinates. You have to have a street address to have stuff delivered. So I have to get it assigned a street address. I've got to get it surveyed to make sure I'm in the exact right spots that are listed on my deed. And then the work can begin after all that stuff gets done.
Yes, the only time you use GPS coordinates is if you're trying to do a drone strike. And we're not trying to do that. Mm-hmm. So there you have it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we now are going to go to a portion of the program where we may require you to learn something. So for all of you folks that are D students like me, you might want to take a break here. We have a very knowledgeable person on the panel here tonight, and that is not me. Yeah. And depending upon what type of waterfowl or reptile you're trying to take the crust out from their toenails, Rick would be that type. But Bob is here. My girl, Mary Bell, shout out to her in California, says, what is happening to a body with an A1C of 11? And I would say they're eating too many carbohydrates. That's what's happening to them. But I will attempt to answer this, and then I will then let Bob tell me how much of an idiot I am, because I think it'll be much more entertaining. An A1C of 11 is not good, but it's by far not the worst. I mean, there's the people that have a lot higher A1Cs than that, I think. But it's certainly not good. You want it to be under 5, I would say. Would you say that is correct, Bob?
Well, the first thing I'll say is that under 5 is correct. I mean, mine is 4.8. I was diagnosed with diabetes. My A1C was 10.3. The problem with an A1C, the question is, what's happening to a body with an A1C of 11? I can tell you nothing good, because 11 is the average. A red blood cell will live on average 90 days. And it's not that average of 11 or that average of 10 or 5 or 6 that is causing damage to your body. To have an average of 11, you have big spikes and valleys, and big spikes and valleys. And when you get that big spike at the top, it's doing massive damage, glycating your blood cells, which is what the A1C measures, but it's also glycating every other cell in your body. You are damaging your mitochondria. That can lead to high blood pressure, heart disease, kidney disease, liver disease. The list goes on and on and on. And because it damages the blood and the vessels themselves, that's why people with uncontrolled diabetes, they start off by losing a toe, and then they lose the whole foot, and then they lose the leg below the knee, and then they lose their eyesight, and they end up dying with only about half of their body parts left if they don't have a heart attack and die. The person whose A1C is 11, I implore you to cut out all carbs. Just go jump in carnivore for 90 days. It really only takes 30 to 60 days to completely lower your A1C from 11 back down to a normal range. But the longer you stay at a high A1C, your pancreas has to continue to pump out more and more and more insulin. And there will come a time in every type 2 diabetic's life where A1C is that high that their pancreas is working so hard to try and keep up that it will burn out. and all of the cells in there will stop producing insulin, and now you are a type 1 diabetic, doomed to spending money on insulin injections for the rest of your life.
I'm going to paraphrase what he just said, Mary Bell. I'm going to sum it up for you. High blood sugar, high insulin will mess you up. Mess you up. So you want to get that blood sugar and insulin down. And that's a good segue because somebody got blood work results today. And that somebody is not the loon with the bananas on his head. It is me. I got blood work today. I'm not going to tell the results of it here. I'll just say that I'm happy with it. And I will be making a video soon revealing the results of this will be my third round of blood work. And I'll be talking about the changes that have been going on with me during that time. And I think I heard somebody in the driveway there. I'll have to see if there's
Oh, you got another guest.
Yes, hello, it's Julia, everybody.
How you doing? Oh,
Hey.
I don't think I've met her yet.
Well, you definitely want to. Julia, this is Bob, my Buckeye brother. Bob, this is Julia. She is an utter and complete sweetheart, artist, and friend of the show.
Yes, nice to meet you.
See her. Yes.
Right on.
My retired Bob is returning to the caveman status. We were just talking about that. Spent a million years trying to get out of caves. Bob's trying to go back.
Going back in.
As long as he can get a satellite signal in the Buckeye game, you don't need anything else.
You're good.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So there you go. Well, what's new with you tonight?
Oh my
Julia,
God.
how we doing?
Not a whole lot. Just had a nice heart attack meal and feel wonderful.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. This week I got a nice piece of chuck, the nice fatty one. And I got a meat cutter, sliced it real thin and dehydrated it. And I've got all these nice little fatty chuck snacks, just to munch on. Oh, they're so good. And it was weird because I noticed like eating fat, like it almost gives you like a little bit of a happy, giddy feeling.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Yeah. And, if you eat too much, you get sick to your stomach.
You can never eat too much when you're me.
Well, no, but I have you'd be proud of me, Rick. I've got a collection. I've got lard, I've got tallow, I've got duck fat, and that's all
right.
Yeah.
Tuesday. Pick your poison, I think a standard American doctor would say. Laura says, love the earphones, Rick. I will translate that. You look like a moron in the headphones, Rick.
I'm back in the 70s. I got my Sansui hi-fi headphones. I'm ready to listen to some disco, baby.
Yes, and I know what you're thinking, family. He did not trade in the Star Search microphone for those headphones. He did not. He still has the 1971 Ed McMahon Star Search microphone.
I still got it. I still got it. With my rotary phone,
We have listen to this. Secret Santa is in the building. One Hope for All said, give me your address, Bob. I'll send you an I Mark You cast iron pan. Look at that. Let's give a shout out to our girl at One Hope for All there. I think she deserves a lot of applause. You can find our man semi-retired Bob at his YouTube channel. I can't think of the name of it.
That would be a semi-retired Bob.
Okay.
What was I thinking? yeah, that's it. But connect with him over in his channel, like, subscribe, watch him transition back to a caveman. It'll be a fantastic must-see YouTube, and you guys can connect, and you can send him his pans, and I will even take this down if I can.
And on that note, Russ, I'm going to have to say thanks for having me on your cookout. We Grillin Baby, but I've got an early appointment in the morning, and it's getting to be about that time.
That's how I do it, man. Get the free gift and get out of there. I understand, brother.
Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the show. If you haven't subscribed to Rick and Russ, and Julia, you should do that now.
Yes.
Have a
okay.
nice night, everybody. I'll see you
All
in the
right,
next
brother.
one.
See you,
Take
man.
care. Have a great week.
That is my guy, semi-retired Bob, man. Great guy. One of the first people I met when I first got into the space. Great guy. He's a Buckeye. Come on, man.
I think I was his first interview.
And yeah, oh, that's good. That's interesting. And I can tell you right now, folks, he is up late because he is a chicken guy. Us owl people, yeah, he's a chicken guy. I'm a night owl. He's up with the chicken. So
Oh, that's me.
I can't think where he said he was going to be in Texas, Bruce, but he will definitely be back. And of course, if you go to his channel, he will. I'm sure be happy to tell you. And I'm pretty sure his background on his screen was his plot of land out there in Texas, where
That's right.
he made a background of it and found it on a satellite. It did that. So
that's pretty cool. Yeah.
yes, we had some questions for Bob, but we got to talking and we missed him. And so we'll do something else. Ooh, average
268.
Yeah, that's not even a healthy weight.
No,
Mine's somewhere between 70 and 80.
Hey, listen, I was 268 pounds when I was born, and I can tell you that is not healthy.
Mama.
So yeah, listen, I mean, I'm gonna guess. I've seen this many times before. And now that Bob is not here, I have to be careful because I don't want to say anything inaccurate or whatever. But, I'm going to guess they're trying to put him on medications, which, I can understand that with the A1C so high and all that. But I'm not a doctor, not practicing anything. I just know that there are lots of folks out there who have gotten off of all their medications by just changing their diets. And, you just want to keep your carbs low, your proteins and fats high. And listen, man, I guess while we're here, I'll do what I normally do when it comes to these kind of things. You don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to white knuckle it. Start just working on reducing them. Find something. Everyone has something that they can do without or live without. And make little changes if you're like me and you just don't do well with big, drastic, gigantic changes. Start with small ones. Here's a couple of things that I've recommended to people and they've been able to do it. One is cut all the sugary drinks out of your life. Just drink water, club soda, coffee or tea with a sweetener. That's it. You can go to Krispy Kreme, eat all the donuts you want. Just don't get the the sugary drink with it. You go to Burger King, go to McDonald's, order whatever you want. Don't get the drink.
I feel
Okay, listen.
Krispy Kreme is nasty. It's like eating duck poop.
That advice was so good because I did that with my sister who has a really hard time transitioning to different things.
Yeah.
And did it very slowly with her, and she's doing awesome. She's doing keto.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. She had to do it that way.
Some people, that's what they need to do. And ignore the guy up there with the gas faces, man. He eats duck tongue stew. All right. Don't listen to him. Okay. He's the guy makes duck feather dip. Don't listen to him, man. But
oh my God.
But so that's one thing that I recommend to just eat whatever you want, just no sugary drinks. Start with that. That's something that most people can do. You go out to eat whatever you want, just no sugary drinks. Start there. Most I believe this with all my heart. Most people drink more carbs than they eat.
You're right.
I certainly did. I go into a steakhouse, I'd have a big steak and some vegetables, but I'd drink a gallon of sweet tea before they brought the steak out to me.
Yeah.
That was my whole life. So, and then the other thing that I recommend with people who are just new and starting out is one meal a day, 0 carb. Just one meal a day. for most people, that's breakfast or it's dinner because those are generally the ones we eat at home.
Yep.
Lunch, a lot of people work and they're out maybe. But if you're at home, breakfast, just, have eggs, sausage, ham, whatever you want, no
Yeah.
carbs. And then eat whatever you want the rest of the day. You can go straight from that to Dunkin' Donuts if you want to get a muffin. But just have
Ew.
one
have
meal.
Nasty.
One meal.
And then if it's
Muffin.
a dinner, just make your steak or your, whatever protein and fat you like, and 0 carbs. So, again, 1 meal a day, 0 carb. You're going to cut your carbs, by a third probably. And then just, gradually work to that. Everybody's not going to just empty their refrigerator and just start throwing out everything and just eat meat and water. It's not realistic for most
It's got
people.
to be sustainable to be.
So that's what I tell people is get started. Just get on the path, and then work to get better, work to get stronger, and make it a process for some,
You know what? My
and
neighbors did that. They've been very sick for a long time, just with bad diabetes, the whole bit. And they started by getting rid of the soda first. That was the beginning.
Mhm.
And now, we're talking about 2 years later, now they're doing full carnivore.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah,
doing it and they're healing. And it's so cool to see it like this. The wife, like she was type 2 diabetic. She ended up with an infection in her leg. It kept getting worse, the whole 9 yards, back and forth to Santa Fe, which for them is 61 miles, and they're dead poor. They don't have that kind of money for gas. It was just killing them. Anyway, they started. I said, just do burger. You don't have to buy steak. I said, get anything, just meat. Just do meat,
Mm-hmm.
just like Dr. Berry was saying. And they've been doing it now for 2 months. Her leg's healing. She wasn't able to walk. It was so bad. She's on a walker now, and it was like little steps, and now she's on a walker, and pretty soon she's going to get off that. She's losing weight. Her husband's type 1, so it's certainly better for him. And I was like so excited just seeing how the transformation. It was so
no,
cool.
okay. And Rick is showing his dinner there.
Was that dessert or snacks? No.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I think there's somebody at the door. And that's actually just about right because we've only got one little bit of steak left on the grill there. So our man Dave is in the house. What's going on, Dave?
How's it going, Russ? How you doing?
Good, brother.
See you.
Good to see you, man. Rick, hey, listen, most people sweep things under the rug. Rick eats for dinner what's under the rug.
Stupid cockroach.
Yeah, I just noticed that. I thought he must be grabbing a snack for, what is that, dessert?
No, unfortunately he's not. If you
That
need,
was
listen,
for the ducks.
I was going to say, if you need to go cook that up, brother, I won't be mad at you.
They come in from the outside.
But yes, and you are so welcome, Mary Bell. Mary Bell is one of my A1s from day one. And we do, listen, we laugh and joke on this show. That's what it's mostly for. It's a social club for us to just hang out, have fun, laugh, get to know each other. We're more than what we eat, but we also want to spread the message too. And my channel especially is for the beginner. It's for the person that's still struggling. It's for the person who's scared to do this, who, hears all the myths and the lies and believes it. It's for the person that struggled and tried and failed. That's what I'm here for. And I just want to help those people. I'm one of those people. I say it all the time. I look like the before and after picture, but I'm never going to quit. I'm going to live this way till I die. I'm going to take the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I've made great progress, and I'm going to keep making progress. It's not always easy, but I believe it's the best way to live. And we're going to rock till the wheels fall off, man. And
how are you folks doing, by the way, that you said had been sick, Russ?
Well, yeah, there's actually some good news. I mentioned a little bit at the beginning of the show. My Pop Redden is going home tomorrow. For those who may not know, he fell. He's 85 years old, fell down here visiting me. Has been in the hospital basically ever since. And he's going to be transported tomorrow back to home in North Carolina to finish recuperating there. So glad for that. And the other folks, they're hey, they're still above ground. So that's
Yep, you wake up on the right side of the dirt. It's a good day.
yeah. But if you're one of my relatives, man, you've been catching some L's
Always
here.
a bonus.
I'm telling you. So, but anyway, go ahead. Hey, what's going on with you these days, Dave? Talk to the folks and tell us what's going on and how you're doing. And
Yeah, I'm
what's
doing
new.
well, man. Like you said, it's always a bonus to wake up on the right side of the dirt. So that feels good. Yeah, I've been close to the other side many times. So yeah, this side feels
Yeah.
good.
Yes, you
Yeah.
definitely had. You definitely have had an interesting story. People should definitely check you out and your story. And there's for the folks that were asking about Bob, where he is going to be in Texas. There you have it. 98 miles east of El Paso, 16 miles northeast of Van Horn. And again, I think he said it has coordinates, not addresses. So there you have it. If you want to drone strike it, he can help you out. If you want to deliver a package, sorry, we can't help you. So I interrupted you there, Paul. Go ahead. You were saying something?
So who was talking there?
No, I said, were you saying something? I think I interrupted you because somebody had a question about Bob's location and I answered it.
Oh,
but
no, you're right. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying I'm doing pretty well actually. Sort of been a little bit quiet on my channel this last couple of weeks, just sort of thinking about everything really, rescheduling everything and seeing changing directions a little bit, but everything's starting to pick up again now, and got a few interviews coming up. So yeah. So I just thought I'd jump on quickly because Rick was worried that no one wanted to go and visit him. But I think, like Rick, if I ever make it to Florida, which I'm trying to, you'll be my first stop, buddy.
There you go. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Just follow the ducks and the iguanas and the bananas and all the other stuff. It's the only
I think
house
the
in the
iguanas would
neighborhood.
be going the opposite direction, weren't
Well, yeah, that's it. You see where the way they're going away from. It's the only house that looks like an empty lot, so it's easy to find.
they? Fair enough.
No. So I'm going to make my way down there. I'm not going to eat half the stuff that he wants me to eat, but I will make my way down there and we'll compromise on something.
I don't know. Hasn't hurt Rick in any way, so I think whatever he serves up, I'd be happy to eat. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still here. I haven't died yet.
Yeah, but I'm not drinking none of that. I'm not.
If you're a vegan, I got stuff for you too.
Oh yeah.
I'm
No,
Chiquita Banana.
You were saying that you died and didn't know it though.
Oh, I die all the time. I have so many heart attacks. I'm probably. I don't even know how old I am anymore.
Oh, I hear you.
I mean, I'm supposed to be 56 this summer, but my hair tells me I may be younger than I may be older. I may be a vampire.
You might be
maybe
reverse aging too. That happens.
I don't know about that, but I can tell you one thing: compared to all my other friends that are my age, they're all acting like my father, complaining. They all got back trouble, and my one friend, he's just having a really bad time. He had to go to the hospital because his leg was hurting so bad. And what it is, his spine is compressed. He's got sciatica or whatever it is, and
that's painful.
Oh, I can imagine it. All my friends have had back trouble, and they get mad at me. They see me squatting down, moving around. I can, put my knee up like this. I can put my foot over my head, and they look at them. How in the world, there's something wrong with this guy? I don't know.
No, it's something right.
It's
supposed to be that way. My acupuncturist keeps saying, "Oh, you're still so flat." I'm 64. You're so flexible. Diet.
See?
It's diet.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he can't believe it, because he does all this twisting stuff to try to help me with my emphysema, and he can't believe it because all his patients are obese or really stiff or can barely walk.
Right.
And that's how we're supposed to be.
That's right. Well, I think a lot of times when they get that big old gut, that's first, it's a sign that they're unhealthy, but then you can't really bend yourself. I can imagine what it does to your spine. You got that big stomach sticking out.
It pulls
that's
that's where the compression comes from, I think. I mean, that's one thing I learned years and years ago in health class. They used to tell us that if you have a big gut, it literally pulls forward on all your bones and your ligaments and everything, and then eventually causes small, pain in the small of the back, and it predisposes you to disc compression and all kinds of other things.
That's
So
right.
You tend you tend to relax your transverse abdominals relax as well, and they stretch. And that's sort of that's the main muscle supporting your lower back. It's part of your abdominal wall, the inner abdominal wall. So when that's stretched and relaxed, you've got no support. Plus, I mean, when you I think natural, flexible, our natural state, in a healthy state, we are fairly flexible. Like you never see an animal in the wild. You don't, like when a lion goes out to kill, you never see them stretch before they go out and do it.
No.
And run. You never see a cheetah, stretch before they run. I think if you like Rick is, and the more flexible you are, like the stronger your tendons and your joints and everything like that are. So
absolutely,
I think it's a natural state. If you've been on the proper human diet long enough, you should be fairly flexible.
Yeah, that's a good point, because everybody I know that exercise, they say, well, you got to stretch and this. I'm thinking, what's the point of this? I never understood that. When I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is walk outside. I don't stretch. And it's like, I know a lot of people, when they get up, they have to really force themselves, and then they'll hit the coffee and they'll do this and that. It can take an hour before they reach full speed. And as soon as I get up in the morning, I walk outside. It's like, I'll rake leaves or move things around. I don't have any problem with that. And I don't exercise. I do no workouts whatsoever. My biggest workout
you're so
is
active.
on meat.
You're active.
You're just active.
Your lifestyle.
Right.
So before anybody goes out and sprains their whole life, some of you might need to stretch. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You listen to Dave. You listen to Dave and Rick, and I see you in a sling. With the gauze bandage. That he's talking about cheetahs don't stretch before they chase down antelope. You just remember, you're not a cheetah, and there's no antelope out there. You might want to stretch, family. I'm just
but it becomes the norm when you eat the way you're not supposed to eat, and people don't know better. The norm becomes, you have aches and pains. Oh, you're aging. Oh, your body falls apart, and it's accepted. And it's. I was just listening to Dr. Chafee, and he was talking about how we're genetically supposed to live 120 years, and we're dying in our 50s. Even my late husband died at 57.
Oh no!
And it's because of just what the diet does to your body.
And I was almost dead. I was supposed to be dead at 38. Yeah.
See again?
I was supposed to be dead at 38.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
And the doctors give bad advice to people like, eat less, move more, make sure you eat the pyramid scheme food,
Right.
And people try, because I've actually run across the only store in town where I live is Walmart. And that's pretty much where I have to go shopping. And I shop the perimeter where I get the meat, But I kind of know a lot of the people that work there now, just to say hi to them. And I mean, when I'll just listen to people and the stories they say, like the doctor told me this and that, the bad advice that they get is just like,
I hear it all the time. They think it's great to get you on a medication. They just love that. It's no problem. We got a pill for that.
We got a pill for that.
You can take these shots for the rest of your life. You can manage it. A lot of people live with diabetes. It's no big deal.
It's normal to have screaming pain in your hands. Just take a pill for the arthritis. And then when they get to the bottom, they hit bottom eventually. This is what I end up running across, which is kind of gives me hope, is that they've had enough with the doctors. They've tried it all. They're sick of the medication. They've hit bottom. And then they'll listen to what I have to say, And I said, here's my card. Try this.
Yeah.
And I'll put like Dr. Barry, Dr. Chafee, different names on the back of my little card, and hand it to him. And I said, you got any questions? Call me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's evangelism. Shout out to my girl, Christy. Love you, sis. Good to see you.
It is, isn't it?
You're doing well. I'm going to be calling you soon. Next month, Keto Con in Austin. A bunch of folks will be there. So that'll be a lot of fun. And I'm going to talk about this last thing here, and then we will have fulfilled our contractual obligations of once a week for the Keto Cookout.
Whack.
This is important to me for lots of different reasons. I won't go into all that right now, but this is what we're here for, at least for me and for this channel. I can't speak for anybody else but me and the Homesick Buckeye channel. It's about community. It's about supporting people at wherever they are on this keto road, wherever they are on this keto path. All ketogenic people from 0 carb to 100 carb are my brothers and sisters out here, especially folks that are doing the work and sharing their lives and trying to help people. And it can be discouraging. I have friends and family who don't want to hear it.
Right.
And some of them are sick. Some of them have a lot of health problems. But I know from doing this, as long as I've been doing it, you just live the life. You just preach the gospel in a non-judgmental, respectful way. And you never know when somebody's listening. People send me messages. People call me on the phone, text me that I didn't even know were watching my channel, that I didn't even know were listening to anything I've said. People have their own time frame. People have their own things going on. And listen, some people will never get it. But you save the savable, and you put the word out there. You live the life. You show the results you're getting, and you just keep working. And you can't be worried about all that stuff. As frustrating as it may be, you still got to just keep doing what you do, and know that somebody somewhere is listening to you, and you may be surprised one day when they come to you and say, "Hey, I want to do that."
I never thought in a million years my neighbors would.
Yeah.
I just would throw it out there and leave it alone. And then one day, here they are. So
yeah.
You're so right on. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, and and again, like on my channel, it's and I understand the different roles, and this isn't a criticism or anybody or a judgment of anybody, because I think we need some people are going to respond to more strict, some people are going to respond to more loose. I'm not that guy. I'm a go where the wind blows kind of guy. That's just how I am. That's who I am. I'm not a super strict, super regimented, hard. I'm not a Navy SEAL. I mean, I'm just not that guy. I'm gonna kind of wander, meander, and I'll get there, but I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna do it my way, and I'm gonna fall down and get back up and all that. But and some people are just more cut from that cloth, and we just want to support them and encourage them, not judge them. And that's the kind of thing we're doing here. Other channels see it differently, and that's great, because not every person responds to the same type of encouragement. Some people respond better to a hug. Some people need a pat on the back. Some people need a swift kick. We need all of it out there, and we need a place for everybody to land that with their particular needs, and not to feel like there's nowhere for them to go. Because I just talk about myself, but I know other people feel this way because they said it to me. It can be very discouraging when you look around and you see people that are having way more results than you. Mm-hmm. It's when you look and you're like, man, this guy lost 200 pounds in a year, and this guy lost this, and this guy's A1C dropped overnight, and this guy. It can be discouraging. You're like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do that? These guys never ever eat a potato chip, and it's like, but I'm still struggling. It's like, you can't do that. You can't look at other people. You have to look at yourself. You have to work within yourself. Do what you can do. Your best may not be someone else's best. Worry about being the best person you can be, and and achieving the goals you want, and setting your definition of success. That's
something that helped me a lot was like, don't look at how far you have to go. Look how far you've come from where
absolutely. Man, come on, preach that thing, sis. I'm with you 100%. I'm not the man I want to be, but I ain't the man I used to be.
Here you go. Right.
I can tell you that. And that's why I can't get upset. man, listen, I got a weigh-in coming up here in 6 days. It's probably going to be a disaster. Because this last month I've had a lot of family here with being, in the hospital and stuff, and nobody eats like I do really. And so I've done a lot of snacking and nibbling on this and that. I haven't gone crazy. I haven't, eaten a box of donuts or anything, but just nibbling on this, nibbling on that, snacks, this and the other. I've just been out of sorts, and I'm still getting my fat and my protein, but I'm nibbling and stuff enough that I just don't. I don't think I'm going to lose any weight, and I know I picked up some water. I just know I have. I can just feel it.
But the fact that you can binge and go crazy is awesome.
No. I'm way past that. I tell you.
I hear you.
Again, I know people. Again, I'm just sharing I'm not, again, no judgment. I could never go back to my old life. There's no way. I just know too much, and I'm just in a different place. So I have no desire to eat, half a pizza or whatever. I still want a piece. You know what I mean? But, I just don't have a desire to do that anymore.
That's awesome.
I understand other people may feel differently and have other weaknesses or whatever. But yeah, that's why I don't eat a lot of keto snacks. I like keto pizzas and keto cookies and keto muffins. I don't want to eat pizza and muffins and cookies anymore, any type, really, keto or otherwise. I just am kind of in a different place. But I do nibble from time to time on some things, and when it's around here all the time, it's just easier. I can only walk past it so many times. Then I just want to have a little bit of it, and I'm good with that. But a little bit every day of this or that, it just knocks you out of ketosis. And again, you just take it in a few more. I don't know how many carbs more you have to take in than you metabolize. You only got to take in a couple more than you metabolize, probably, to start picking up the fluids and the fluid retention. Right. So again, a normal day for me used to be 500 to 1,000 carbs in my whole life.
Oh God,
that was easy. Man, I could drink 300.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't even hard to do on a weekend, football weekend. Are you kidding me? So,
well, a lot of people do drink their carbs. If you get a lot of people, even now, some of them carnivore, they think that they go to Starbucks and they'll get themselves a latte, for example. You get yourself a venti latte has about the same as 7 donuts, same sugar content as 7 donuts. Plus, it's got 5 different seed oils in it.
That much?
So,
wow.
Yeah,
so
just in one drink.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. I'm not going to get down on myself, like I said, because I know where I've come from. So, okay, I had a bag of potato chips. Are you kidding me? I mean, a year or two ago, it would have been, it's crazy when I think about. I did the math. I eat less carbs in a year now than I did in any given 3-week period of my old life.
Wow. Amazing.
Crazy. I mean, I get about 7,000 carbs, a year now, between 6 and 8, depending on, holidays. That's a year. That's a 150 a week or whatever. I mean, I used to drink that in a single,
I don't know how you can do that.
Single sitting.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
How.
That's why I don't get down on myself. I know where I've come from, and I know where I'm going, and I'm going at my pace. It's not a race. I'm not trying to out keto anybody. I'm doing my way, and as you'll see,
I think the first thing people need to work out is what their goal is, and give themselves a time frame. When do you want to be that way? And then you can sort of work out, how clean a diet do you really need to get to that goal? And take your time. Some people transition. I know someone who's been transitioning for over 2 years, just slowly cutting things out. Yeah. And that's fine. For some people, that's fine. You don't need to, I don't think you should ever, don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 30.
Right.
Absolutely.
I don't compare my chapter 1 to anybody else's chapter 1. And a quick note about the goals and that, I'm not a person that can set long-term goals. Can't do it. It just doesn't the way my mind works, because I'm such an odd bird, if I say, hey, I want to lose 200 pounds in a year, I can only hit that goal once, but I can fail to hit it 100 times. And I'm the kind of again, I know it's nuts, but it's just how I know myself at 50 plus years old. I know how my mind works. So if I say, hey, I want to lose this, 200 pounds or whatever, and I get on the scale and I lose 2 pounds. Well, the sane person is like, oh, that's great. I'm 2 pounds closer to my goal. The crazy person, the psychotic person says, are you kidding me? 2 pounds? Man, that's nothing. I could find those by the end of the week. It's like
I flush that every morning.
Exactly. It's like you're never going to get there. Are you kidding me? 2 pounds? That's so I have to move the target closer to me. I have to bring the target here. I have to win today.
Yeah.
And I have to say, hey, today I'm going to keep my carbs under 20 or 15, whatever. That's the what. Boom. And if I win today, now I got to win tomorrow.
That's one reason why I say that I always tell people don't keep looking at the like your end goal, because it just sometimes it looks too daunting. It looks like a big mountain in front of you. So just focus on the next step. One step at a time is going to get you that much closer to getting to the top. And if you have to do it one day at a time, do it one meal at a time.
Yeah.
If you get and meet that challenge, and you'll feel better about yourself every time. And as you progress, those steps will get bigger.
That makes sense.
Right.
And it adds up.
Right.
It does. It all adds up.
And it's part of it is knowing who you are, man. Understanding yourself, knowing your limitations in that way. It's like even when I was trying to lose weight before and people were doing Nutrisystem and these other plans and that, I knew that couldn't work for me. Yeah. There's no way I can keep track of those points. There's no way I can eat those little kitty dinners. There's no way. If I do that, I'm setting myself up for failure.
Yep.
And when I got into this ketogenic living and realized, I don't have to count any points. I don't have to keep track of all this stuff. I can eat till I'm full. This I can do.
Right.
This is something I think I can do. This fits me. And then, like he said, nobody walks into the gym and lifts every weight in there, man. Some people get in there, they can only work out with the bar. But you get stronger as you go more and more, and as you do more, you get better, you get stronger, and next thing you know, you're meeting your goal. So my only goal when I started this was to get stronger and to get healthier. That's really was my goal. And I knew that by getting stronger, getting healthier, that weight loss would come along with it.
I got the roach.
Rick's
he kept flying around. I got him, though. I got him with that phone mount.
You're going to be eating good tonight, man.
No, I'm going to give it to the ducks.
Well, we're going to wrap this thing up, man. Hey, I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out with us tonight.
Thank
I want
you.
to thank I want to thank you, Julie.
One of these.
My pleasure.
And I am so happy to be rocking with my man all night today, Charger Mopar. You will definitely see him again.
Oh, yeah.
And,
is that a threat or a promise?
A little bit goes a long way. But
it's nice being on with both you guys.
Absolutely, man. That's and we will be back next week with more shenanigans, tomfoolery. Probably no roaches or iguana talk, but we'll see how it goes.
He's gonna lure those iguanas in somehow.
Yeah. Hey, he started with us, but he didn't end with us. But it's all good. That's still my brother. And we will see you guys next week on the Keto Cookout. We grillin', baby.
We grillin', baby. Bye.